Montega. There is only one Montega. There is only one America. There is only one you. And again, thank you for unplugging from the Matrix here with me. The show will start in just a moment. Don't forget, visit the Echelon platform to get all the amazing merch. Make sure that you are supporting the show by wearing it on your body. We have tons of new merch out there for you guys. So feel free to go get you something that represents you being unplugged from the Matrix and from under the control of the deep state and the Illuminati. The show is about to start soon. Hey everybody, this is Tony Montega, Tony X, Antoine-Tucker. Thank you for being here. The show will start in one moment. So go make sure you take care of the bathroom breaks. Go get your beverage, get your chips and popcorn. We're about to unplug from the Matrix together. And again, thank you very much for being here. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at Montega, Montega. That is Montega, Montega. There is only one Montega. There is only one America. There is only one you. And again, thank you for unplugging from the Matrix here with me. The show will start in just a moment. Don't forget, visit the Echelon platform to get all the amazing merch. Make sure that you are supporting the show by wearing it on your body. We have tons of new merch out there for you guys. So feel free to go get you something that represents you being unplugged from the Matrix and from under the control of the deep state and the Illuminati. The show is about to start soon. Hey everybody, this is Tony Montega, Tony X, Antoine-Tucker. Thank you for being here. The show will start in one moment. So go make sure you take care of the bathroom breaks. Go get your beverage, get your chips and popcorn. We're about to unplug from the Matrix together. And again, thank you very much for being here. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at Montega, Montega. That is Montega, Montega. There is only one Montega. There is only one America. There is only one you. And again, thank you for unplugging from the Matrix here with me. The show will start in just a moment. Don't forget, visit the Echelon platform to get all the amazing... Due to adult language, themes, and images, I'm gonna warn you, don't have your children around. Please don't let your children hear the language. Please, viewers' discretion is advised. I gave you a warning. Now let's get into the show. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, because somewhere around the world that is truly what time it is, and I am your host, the dopest political analyst on this planet, and the most fit former congressional and senatorial candidate of these United States, Antoine-Tucker, Tony Montega, Tony X, the truth, the threat, the legend, Neo, the wisest man in the room, and I'm here with you, and we are free. From the Matrix. I want to say thank you very much for unplugging and being in the building with me here today. Don't have long of a show. I had plans on having my special guest in the building today like I did yesterday, but consequently when I do invite her, if I invite her through just the link of YouTube, the streaming software known as OBS doesn't allow me to actually stream from OBS, and that's just a complete problem because we have so much here set up that we should be able to utilize it all. So I'm going to make sure that I spend the better part of tomorrow figuring out how to be able to get her on the show so we can both, interact at the same time. But at the same time, I'm going to help her through downloading OBS software herself. So tomorrow you guys might have content from her, and I just might let her leap out there and join the platform tomorrow and break down some great information to you guys. And if you do have time, you should be able to check out. It'll be around for 15 minutes. And I'll let her start out with increments, and then hopefully she'll be able to fill in for the Thursday and Friday slot, which would be extraordinary. You seen the title, Court Somali Handed. But what we're not talking about is, what if this was a Republican? What if this was Ron DeSantis? What if this was Ron DeSantis? What if this was? Do you think that if the Kamala had won in Tampon Timmy, the scam Timmy, scamming Tim the scammer, if you didn't think Cognac Kamala and scamming Tim wouldn't have destroyed, locked up, arrested Ron DeSantis, you're an idiot. Imagine if this was Greg Abbott of the great state of Texas. Texas. Imagine if this was Abbott, the greatest governor, Greg Abbott. Imagine if this was Abbott. Do you think that they wouldn't have imprisoned him and locked him up? Had there been damn near trillions of dollars in thievery? Of course they would have. All roads lead to Ilhan Omar and Tim the Scammer, scamming Timmy. It was Ilhan Omar that created the legislation that started this shit in the first place, and then it was scamming Tim that kept it in place, that guarded the fraud. And I told you before in the show, well, that woman that was unalived, the guy who did it said Tim sent them. Maybe people just thought it was just swept under the rug. From some of the most heinous things that scamming Tim was alleged to have done during the campaign, as far as molesting a young black male who is now an adult black male that had a video out there, and it seems like that went quiet too. Because the media ignored everything, including over a decade of fraud coming out of Minnesota. Everybody who you've seen at the top of that indictment had direct interaction with Tim Walz, the scammer. Every single last one of them. Let you not pay your taxes, they're coming to your door. They found almost every person that was at the Capitol on January 6th after they created the chaos, after they set up so many people, after they lied and lied and lied. But they couldn't find none of these scammers in all of this time. And I do believe that in the end, what it's going to show is that a lot of this money that was stolen from the American people helped fund the campaign for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. I believe that Tim Walz is one of the most evil. I mean, him, Gavin Newsom, these are all evil sons of bitches. None of these people are good people. None of them are good people. Horrible, horrible people. And I believe Tim Walz is going to go to jail. Let me explain why. every single whistleblower that has gone in front of the House, all of them have corroborating testimony that Tim Walz knew. Not only did he know, he helped to keep it a secret and punished people that brought up the fraud. Let's put this on the screen. Hold on, y'all. Let's get this played. I want you to hit us from the jump, too.
To Governor Walz, but he cannot escape accountability for the estimated $9 billion in fraud. How did this happen? And where the hell has the Twin Cities media been? Our Minnesota Republican colleagues have demanded answers and accountability for years, but have seen nothing from Walz, his administration, our Democrat colleagues like...
No, see, what happened is you've seen a lot. You've seen these people sue to keep the fraud continuing, to keep the money in their pockets. You've seen them bitch and moan when they talked about Obamacare, because now you're seeing it's through Obamacare and Medicaid that they were stealing our money, destroying America's future, enriching themselves. It is to my delight to tell you that one of the greatest psyops in human history is coming to a closure. To the people who would tell you that somehow if you have an issue with things you see happening and let's just say Israel would make you anti-Semitic. But now people are seeing that there's Jewish people who are absolutely there who have a problem with what's going on in their government. It doesn't make you anti-Semitic to have a problem with someone in their government. So what happened is this. How did this all get to this point? Because it all started with a lie. That's why. It started with a lie. You can't start the foundation of something strong with a lie. This is a beautiful country. It has beautiful promise. It gives us a ton of privileges. And it all started with a lie. It started with a lie. They told blacks, you were kidnapped, all of you from Africa, all of you, and just brought here to the Americas, and then they enslaved you. And they told whites the same thing. Both sides believed it. Then they created a culture, one of superiority and the other of slave. The machine has created conditions in order to have a group of people believe something it's not true. And it was the liberal structure that did it from the very beginning. Godless people. People with no faith, no borders. And they kept this shit going for hundreds of years. Hundreds of years. And then after they've built up this country and stolen as much as they possibly can from it, the plan was to make China the next superpower. How do I believe this? Well, I'm just looking at everything that's happening. Because it's the same machine that then started to tell the minorities or the people of non-European descent, hate white people. Started a whole campaign, hate white people. The shit is so successful, they have white liberals outside hating themselves as we speak right now. Going against the very interest of the country that they live in. All because they're so guilty of being white. And then the black people and the Asians and everyone else, and they started to buy into this hate the white guy shit. So then for years, I mean, before I even was born, everybody was, it came from all of the races fighting injustice to there was a great deal of segregation again. I hate the white man. The white man got his foot on my neck. White man did it. And it all became his fault. The psyop of destroy the white man, don't have him at the jobs, we hate white man, has imploded on itself. For over 10 years now, well, close to 10 years now, I'll say about 10 years now, they've been calling Donald Trump Hitler. calling his followers racist and so on and so forth. And they still even lie and call Charlie Kirk a racist when there's evidence clearly online where he's just debating racists and just destroying them. But this psyop is over. Because the minorities, or the blacks that are from here, are no longer saying it's the white man's fault. Because they've seen every single black politician that was supposed to represent their interests, their communities. They've watched them all go there and do the same shit that every white person has done to them. Now they're realizing this shit is all a game. And for the white men that had the machine saying, you're the greatest, you're the best, turn around and now say you're dog shit. We hate you. You should hate yourselves. You shouldn't work, you shouldn't eat. These same people now are realizing that they were funding the known established global order. Almost every major developed nation has been funded by white America. Of course, they had to have them all lied to. And the psychological warfare, I mean, it was ridiculous on all of us. Because every area has specific programming through that television to have you see the world from a view and a lens that they wanted you to have. From a lens and see the view that they wanted you to have. And now this same population is waking up and saying, hold on, wait a minute. I know we're not funding this global order. Of course they are. Because they've watched it through USAID. They watched it through the Medicare fraud, Medicaid fraud. They've watched it through everything. And now both sides are starting to add everything up. It can't be the white man's fault. Every black person is starting to say it because shit, they're poisoning them like they're poisoning us. And white men are starting to say, white women especially too are starting to say, damn, my country that my ancestors fought, died, and bled for is unaliving my whole legacy. And now these groups of people are talking. Then Somali fraud kicks in, and I mean, it was a ton of other stuff. The COVID stuff, the stolen election, I mean, you name it. This is 1,000,001 things. But the straw that broke the camel's back was the group of retards, and I mean this because of just using the proper word for an IQ average of 70 and below. It means that there is retardation. Okay, I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, so I'm going to say this again. I am clearly just describing a condition of those who have an IQ of 70 and below. This is just a fact. When the homegrown American Negro found out that everything they've ever asked for has always been given to everybody else, and then they look over and see all of those white men and women on the right that are conservatives, that are constitutionalists, that are conspiracy theorists saying this shit was happening the whole time. Now they're stepping over and sitting at the table. Now I've seen Benny Johnson content on one of these hip hop platforms. The mergers that are happening right now, no one is talking about. But everybody sees the largest psyop in human history. You can no longer lie to the people. We know that the majority of people that were here that were considered Indians were black. You lied about history. You lied about the government. You lie. Because you know people would say, well, why do we need you? You knocked off a president, JFK. You knocked off this person, that person. Well, why do we need you? So you lie. The one thing I've seen this president try to do, and I've seen people around him muck it up, is try to give the American people their sovereignty back. Where we are right now as a nation isn't as divided as we were in 2020. In fact, more people agree than disagree. We're not anti-government. We're not anti-religion or race, or we're a people who are tired of being lied to by political leaders that we've trusted to do the right thing. Back on topic. Listen.
Tina Smith, Amy Klobuchar, Ilhan Omar, and Angie Craig, or the worthless Star Tribune. Thank God for President Donald J. Trump for finally bringing attention to this issue. Based on what you've learned, Representative, over the last several years, do you have any doubt that Governor Tim Walz knew about this fraud as it was occurring?
He absolutely knew that it was occurring.
He absolutely knew that the fraud was occurring. This is under oath. I believe Tim Walz is going to go to jail. I also believed, and I told you guys the other night, I believe that Barack Obama will be indicted, and I do believe that you will see criminal charges recommended for Barack Obama and the rest of the individuals that lied and continued to keep the conspiracy of overthrowing the government in the 2020 election, as well as trying to have their political opponent assassinated. I believe that you're going to see something incredible happen before this administration is done. And if it's not done, then there will be no second generation. J.D. Vance will not be the president of the United States of America. And no one's going to vote for anyone that was even in this administration. They're going to find some dark horse out there who's going to say all of the truth, who's going to promise to do all of the right things. And then they might go ahead and put him in office. And if he fails to do what he said he was going to do, then we're going to have a civil war. Just got to keep it 100 with you guys. People are tired. White America woke up and found out they were paying for the lifestyle of almost every single developed nation on this freaking planet. Black people woke up to realize that all of their ills, they could have been had reparations. They could have been took care of the real foundational Black Americans. Could have been set your schools together. Could have been, he could have, no, what they did was they stopped you from procreating, gave your group tons of diseases, dissolved your population, and then started to bring in imports from Haiti and other places because they need blacks to keep the numbers up. So they can say you're around 12 to 14% of the population, all the while they're knocking off and removing foundational Black Americans. And these same foundational Black Americans cannot escape the truth because over 20 million non-Black Americans came into this country and got everything that they wanted right in front of these Black people's faces. And you know what Black people got? A bunch of idiots standing there with candles on January 6th as if the same Black people don't know they set up everybody and caused January 6th to happen. The thrill is gone. The charade is up. I believe that you're going to see something happen that you never thought you would see happening in your lifetime. And I don't think that Donald Trump's going to drop the ball. Good night. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay American. And remember, both sides. Two wings, same dirty, dirty, dirty bird. And tomorrow, going to have a special host come bring some stuff with y'all so they can put all type of nice, pretty stuff on the screen and everything for you. I've been a patient here now for close to a year. I wanted the best care. I wanted consistent care. Sometimes you can go to places and when you do the reviews, you'll see, oh, you know, it's okay. If this person is working, it's bad. But when you check the reviews on the Smile Doctor, it's all positive. As soon as you walk in the door, I was always made to feel like I was a priority. It can give you a great experience. The televisions on the ceilings almost give you a euphoric flying feeling. They find out what music you like. So even the music of choice that you do like, it's playing when you walk in. I had a debilitating tooth issue that was actually going to start eating away at my bone marrow. and Dr. Reed caught it very early on. He removed the bad tooth. The surgery was easy, it was painless. I have 2 brand new teeth, and like I said, they're very attentive. So they're gonna measure your discomfort, they're gonna measure what pain you may have, and they're gonna deal with it. It's just a beautiful and positive environment. The experience here is unlike anything else I've ever went to, and I just encourage anybody out there, if you're watching this, come see the facility. Come listen to how quiet it is. Come listen to how happy the people are when they're exchanging words to each other. Come experience what it is to actually come and smile with confidence. Come to the Smile Doctor.